Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here with my unboxing for the August 2018 Loot Crate. If I am not mistaken, based on all the Facebook ads that I've been seeing recently, this theme, or the theme for this month is either Invade or Invaders. I think it's just Invade. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm very curious for one of the items, if it is the actual thing that I've been seeing. Because one of the items is for something that's not really coming out anytime soon, so it'll be interesting if this is the right crate. I should know based on the first item, I would assume, so we'll get right into it and check out what the shirt is here for this month. And we have, oh, this is definitely not Invade or Invaders. This is a shirt for Office Space, which is awesome. I love Office Space, so I think that's cool. I would not have known that if it weren't for that right there, but yeah, that's super awesome. So actually, I would have figured that out. I didn't see the stapler at the very bottom, but I probably would have got that. Once I saw the stapler, I'd be like, that's definitely it. Plus, it does say Initech right there too, so that's pretty awesome. I love Office Space. Obviously, this isn't the Invade thing. That's the next one, so I don't know what the heck the theme is. This is also a really thick shirt compared to like their normal shirts. Like just picking it up, this feels like super heavy. Like, and not just because it's got the print on the front, which pretty much all the shirts have prints. But this legitimately feels like it's a bit of a thicker shirt. I don't know if that's them actually caring for people like me out in the Midwest, because we're heading into fall and eventually our devastating winter. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's a nice shirt. I like that. I like the design of it. Plus, it's like a thick shirt, so that's pretty cool. So we also have, glad I never cared to buy one of these, but we got pop sockets. We have a nerdy Batman pop socket. It says Justice League on here, but obviously it's Batman, so it's like you might as well just say Batman at that point. But that's pretty cool, So if you never had one of these, now you have one. Take better selfies and never drop your phone. Pop me, pull twice to expand. Well, that's pretty cool. Neato. I won't ever use that. Well, yeah, my phone sucks, so I won't be taking like fancy pictures with that. That's what my camera's for. But that's nice. If I decide I want to, hide at work and I want to watch Netflix, then now I have something. So I might actually use that because I recently decided I'm just going to start watching stuff on my break so I can binge it, at work and then have free time while I'm at home. So that might actually come in handy for me. Next we have, a nice little journal here. It's a Harley Quinn journal. So that's actually cool. I definitely like the print on that. It's just the diamond and all the information here. I think it said 80 sheets. Yeah, so an 80 sheet journal. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, like I said, it just says Harley Quinn on the bottom there. I won't even bother. Well, actually, let's see. We'll see if there's anything on the inside here. I highly doubt there is. I'm sure it's just going to be a normal journal, but we'll see if that is the case or not. And I'm trying not to like shoot through this and mess up the well, I don't want to mess up my fingers either, but I also don't want to mess up the actual print itself, because there's like no easy spot to just poke through this thing unless I get it like at the spine, and then that'll just mess the book up. But I don't really care that much, so we'll see what happens with this. I can freaking get this crap off. Here we go. Nope. Screw it. I'll do it later. I'll do it at the end when we have everything out. So we have a big item here. Oh, it's Rick and Morty. So we got some Rick and Morty right here. That's pretty sweet. I definitely like that. Morty Monster Mayhem. So that's pretty awesome. That's a great looking figure based off of just the picture. So get some detail. See, nice and easy to open that one right up. Get some good detail here. Actually, wow, this figure's so big it comes in pieces. Morty, which I love that they did this, but mine is actually not in place. But you can see my Morty is like off to the side. This is where he's supposed to be, where he's like perfectly even. I thought they did that on purpose, where it was just he's just flattened and it's just off center. It actually makes it funnier. So that's awesome. But still, either way, he'd be like flattened underneath, which would be funny. But mine is also like just off kilter and everything, so it makes it even sillier. But I like that. So that's pretty cool. We got it always perpetually screaming Morty here. Tiny little Morty. His tiny itty bitty little legs. I feel like if I sneeze, they'll shoot off. Then we've got our super crazy monster here, which I don't believe is from a specific episode, not that I've seen yet, but that looks great. So I love the detail on this thing, so I'll definitely be having some shots of this up on my Instagram account, so definitely check that out if you guys are interested. But you'll definitely be seeing some okay, here it is. Super duper, like the holes for his legs, because they're so insanely tiny. Okay, there we go. Like, I'm honestly a little worried to even touch this thing, but there it is, all set up. It's just, Morty and this crazy monster coming out of the portal with all its eyes and tentacles and little green balls as chins and all that good stuff. So that's pretty sweet. I definitely love this. This is actually a pretty insane figure, so I think that's pretty awesome. So without a doubt, that's automatically my favorite item because it's just a good figure. Plus, I do like Rick and Morty, and that has great design on it, so I love that. And lastly, actually, I'm gonna see this. Oh, it's Mayhem. That's the thing. I was way off. Invaders. Next month, Invaders. So our last thing with Mayhem, and this fits perfectly, and it's kind of crazy that they went back with this, but it's Courage the Cowardly Dog. So that is cool. For anyone who might be too young to have seen Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cartoon Network show, definitely hilarious, and Mayhem fits perfectly for that series. Like, it was a really weird show, and it was just this dog and its owners, this old couple, Eustace and Muriel, and Eustace hated the dog, Muriel loved the dog, and the dog would save their lives from, like, the most crazy supernatural stuff that ever happened. It was actually kind of creepy in some episodes, for sure. But yeah, great show, really funny. So that is the full crate, and then to coincide with Mayhem, here's some crazy symbols for you guys to look at and, mess your eyes up on there. Especially this one, I think, looks really nice. Like how I'm looking at it on my phone, with the way the pattern moves, it looks three-dimensional in parts. It's like it's kind of popping out a little bit, so I like that. Hopefully it has the same effect, otherwise that was totally pointless, but it actually has like a little 3D effect in it, so that's pretty sweet, so I like that. And of course we have, our little pamphlet, since we no longer have our super cool booklets, but we do have the Mega Crate, which seems like it's all Nerf based this time. So the Mega Crate is for 2 winners this time. Nerf Mayhem Mega Crate. It is a $375 value. I do like this one that it's like actually on a turret, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Nerf guns, that's pretty sweet. Excuse me, definitely fun to play, but I would hate it if out of all the Mega Crates, I won the one with like the Nerf guns and stuff. I'd be like, of all the times I win the Mega Crate, I won the Nerf gun. So still be cool, but that would suck. I mean, like, of all the times, Nerf gun. But yeah, definitely a nice little crate here. Of course, going through it, life gets messy sometimes, especially if you're making a mess. Some of our favorite characters and iconic moments have something in common: total mayhem. Wreak havoc responsibly with this collection of exclusive gear. So the figure is exclusive. It's the Total Mayhem Morty figure. It says AG, but it should have like a little Z right there. AGs. This is what happens, Looter. This is what happens when you're out there. You're supposed to be reading it like Rick, I would assume. Messing with portals, but don't even trip, dog. We've got this Swifty Morty figure based on the promotional art for Rick and Morty Season 2. That's why I didn't recognize it with the promotional art, so that's pretty cool. Of course, licensed by Adult Swim, made by Lootcrate. The exclusive awesome Office Space t-shirt. This shirt is for everyone who's ever been diagnosed with a case of the Mondays. It's for the people who don't know what PC load letter means, and of course, it's for fans of Office Space and the iconic printer smashing scene. Add this piece of flair to your wardrobe. Really funny movie. If you've never seen it, it's just a really good movie. Then we have the exclusive... Oh, okay. I'll get to the next item, but now I see why I said Justice League. The exclusive Harley Quinn notebook. It says, "Hiya, Puddin'. There are a few characters in the DC universe who cause more mayhem than Harley Quinn. This softbound notebook features Harley in her classic costume on the cover and 80 unlined pages on the interior. For all your dastardly plans and cute drawings of Batman being eaten by hyenas." So I would assume, based on that description, that it is literally just that on the inside. If there's anything, it would be like 1, maybe 2 other pictures, but it did say it was 80 sheets, so I think it's strictly just that. It's just a normal journal with the cover. And then the pop sockets, the reason it specifically says Justice League on here is because you could get a variant. It shows on here Batman, the trio. Like, I shouldn't, you know who it shows. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Would have loved Wonder Woman because I like her the most out of the 3. But avoid the monumental mayhem of dropping your phone or tipping it over with the help of heroes used to defending the world against chaos. These pop socket phone grips feature Batman, Wonder Woman, or Superman. Which did you get? So of course I got Batman, which is totally fine. Admittedly, I do like Batman's symbol a bit more, but that's because I'm like super plain and boring, and I pretty much only wear black and gray and navy blue shirts. That's not my fault. All gaming shirts come in black, and you know that. That's just not my fault. And then of course we have the exclusive Courage the Cowardly Dog pin. Creepy stuff happens in the middle of nowhere, and it's up to Courage the Cowardly Dog to save his new home and your pin collection. So that is the pin, or that is the crate for this month. I think it was pretty good. Like I said, I like the shirt. I think it's a cool design. I like Office Space. Definitely a thicker shirt. Sometimes you notice when they have like thinner shirts and it's like, oh, that you can just feel it. As soon as I picked this up, I was like, that's a heavy shirt, and I thought that was cool. So I like that. It's a thicker shirt. Pop socket, that's good. Tons of people have these things because they do come in handy. I would normally never use it because I hate having something extra. Like, I already got stuff in my pockets. I don't want an extra piece jumping off the back of my phone. But for work purposes, or slacking off at work purposes, this is good. So I can actually use that, and that's nice. Obviously, the figure is the number one item. It's a great looking figure. I would definitely be careful. Like, no joke. So tiny. Like, obviously they did it for scale to show the giant monster to tiny Morty, but so serious. His legs are insanely skinny. Like, I would really be careful with this because it will break super easy. Like, if it drops, I don't think he'll just pop out. I think the little pins will just snap, honestly, because it's so insanely tiny. I'm surprised they could even make it function like that, but definitely love that. Love the shirt. Pop socket's fine. The journal is fine. The pin is actually kind of awesome because I really did like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I wouldn't have expected them to have Courage the Cowardly Dog in there, so I thought that was cool too. But all in all, definitely a good crate this month. I think great figure, great shirt, 2 useful items. The journal thing is like, it's cool to look at, but I never use the journals for anything. I still have like these field notes from my Loot anime from like years ago with Ruby, and it's like, I love the artwork because I love Ruby, but I'm not in the field, like field notes. But yeah, definitely like this crate. Of course, we'd love to know what you guys thought about it. With it, of course, being Mayhem, this is definitely one of those, just pick something. Like Archer, I feel technically could have fit in this. They wouldn't do this. Well, maybe they would with Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is old. But a great series that counts for Mayhem would be Super Jail, which is also Cartoon Network / Adult Swim. That would fit perfectly for, like, if you're talking about Mayhem. That show fits perfectly, but it's been off for like years now, so maybe it's not as popular, so they wouldn't do that. I don't even know what they could have for that. That show is like Rick and Morty is like dark. Super Jail is like, the series is built on people die every episode. It's like 15-minute episodes, and people just get eviscerated in that show. It's super funny, actually. I love that show, and it sucked that it like ended, but I love that show, and it was super funny, but insanely gory. Like, it's an insanely gory series, so that would have fit perfectly in here somewhere. But I can't think of anything that they could show outside of just showing the characters like all together, because otherwise it would be people dying, and it's like they probably wouldn't pass that off in the Loot Crate. But I definitely think that show fits, and that only comes to mind because it's just like Mayhem incarnate. Like, it fits Rick and Morty for sure, but if this was like maybe like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I can't remember when the show ended, but this was like a few years back, and it was Mayhem, I think it would have been Super Jail instead of Rick and Morty. Obviously, Rick and Morty wasn't even out at the like 5 years ago, but definitely would have hit. Actually, Rick and Morty has been out for a minute. It's just been super slow. But yeah, Super Jail would have fit in here. Hulk, just as a character, obviously would have fit Mayhem. But there's a lot of different franchises, so I would love to know which ones you guys think would have been cool to kind of put into this crate. How you guys would have switched the items around. What would you have made the T-shirt, the pop socket, the journal, the figure. I don't see how you could get better than this figure, honestly. I mean, it would be cool to have another Harley Quinn figure, or have, a variation Justice League figure. That would, of course, be sweet. But I like this because, I'm probably not going to buy, like, ever, like, a Rick and Morty, like, figure type deal. So I think that's really cool. Plus, we've already gotten, quite a few pop figures of comic book characters. I've got one of Harley Quinn. I've got a couple of the, Marvel ones. I've got one from DC because they did the Wonder Woman thing. Although that might have been a DX crate. But either way, we've gotten pop figures from both Marvel and DC like throughout the years, over and over again. So I'm totally fine with getting figures from other things that aren't comic related. So I think that's actually awesome, and I love that. But all in all, I definitely like this crate. Like I said, I'm pretty much excited for all the items, minus the journal. I can even use the pop socket, because aside from like a lot of the items where it's like I can use that at some point, that's an easy use. Like, especially if you're on your phone a lot and you do worry about dropping it or something like that, it won't fall on your face. Definitely works. So definitely a useful item that I'll use to slack off at work. So thanks, Loot Crate. But all in all, like I said, definitely want to know what you guys thought about this crate. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Like I said, favorite items, least favorite items, how you would have switched them around, what franchises you think would have fit in here. So definitely want to know what you guys are thinking about this crate in general. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.